Angela at beginninggenealogist.com. How are you doing? Hoping you're having a good day. And I'll start out by saying Happy New Year. Hope you had a wonderful holiday break and that you're ready to start a new year full of research and full of wonderful experiences as you pursue your family history. Today I want to also start a series of videos looking more closely at methods of researching and documenting Native American ancestry. You've seen my beginning video where I really talk about learning the basics, and I will emphasize that one should learn the basic steps of researching your family history, regardless of what family or what line or what state your family is from. The methods are going to be the same. You're going to start with oral history. You're going to start to obtain documents that are already available to you from the family archives, from the many different papers that are lying around that you may not think reveal as much as they really do in the family history. You're going to acquire those vital records, birth, marriage, death records, and you're going to start to utilize the census. But many people at some point will want to learn what the Dawes Records are about. And it is very important to understand that. I have had people who've called me and said, gee, I'm trying to research my family history and I found someone in the Dawes rolls. Now what do I do next? And then when I speak with them more in depth, I'll find out that the person's family is from Georgia or Tennessee, and they may have found a name that matches the name in their family. But those records are really not pertaining to them. So let's look at the famous Dawes Records and what they consist of. Now I'm going to talk about them pertaining to the 5 tribes that really contain records in this large record set. And to understand what the purpose is, the categories, and then of course the different record types. The purpose really for the entire set, and it's an enormous record set, of records known as Dawes Records was really to allocate land, to determine who was eligible to receive land allotments prior to the establishment of Oklahoma statehood. To be eligible, individuals applied, and they applied literally by the thousands, who were individuals who were able to prove that they had lived continually and were part of the 5 tribes that comprised Indian Territory, which is now eastern Oklahoma. Those nations, sometimes referred to as the 5 civilized tribes, are the Cherokee Nation, Choctaw Nation, Chickasaw Nation, the Muskogee Creek Nation, and the Seminole Nation, all of which these nations are based even to this day in what is currently Oklahoma. Individuals, to prove their eligibility, had to prove that they had lived there continually, had to prove that they were citizens already and had resided there. And there were many ways for them to prove, usually through the statements or testimonies is the word I'm looking for, of other witnesses who were also individuals noted and well known in the community and known to be of a good reputation in the community. Now, that's the purpose of it, but of course what remains now is a tremendous record set for the thousands of families that have ancestors who really did go through that process and who've left tremendous, tremendous information about the family history. Now there are many categories in which you're going to find those records. And there are 5 basic categories. You're going to find the records stated to be citizens by blood, citizens that were freedmen, citizens by marriage, sometimes referred to as intermarried whites, and citizens that were classified as newborns, and citizens that were minors. Now I want to give you a time frame. These records primarily existed, and there were preliminary interviews that were taking place in the mid-1890s, but primarily we're talking about a record set created between 1898 and 1914. All of this to, again, provide land allotments. And really, this is not giving land to people who never had it. In fact, it was a method of really redistributing land in personal single allotments to individuals who already owned the land. In other words, particularly in cases where the land was owned in common by an entire tribe, well, now land was being given to those who were eligible to receive them, who were citizens and were able to prove their citizenship. Now, what are the record types that are there? Well, there are 3 record types. There are enrollment cards, application jackets, and final rolls. It is very important to understand what these 3 types of records consist of, particularly because you want to go beyond just finding a roll and say, ah, there's my ancestor's name. Because if you are a serious genealogist, you want to tell the story. And within those records lie many stories.